Welcome back, football fans. Today, we're counting down a controversial top 10 list of NFL cornerbacks of all time with a twist. This ranking leans into popularity and winning, Super Bowls and clutch playoff plays, as much as shutdown skills. So expect a few shockers. Some legends are lower than usual, and at least one current star makes the cut. I know you'll disagree with a bunch of these picks, but that's the point. Drop your top 10 in the comments and let's debate. Alright, let's get into it. Number 10, Jalen Ramsey. We start with a current star to stir the pot. In his late 20s, Ramsey already has a Super Bowl ring in 2021 with the Rams and is a three-time first-team All-Pro. At his best, he's a lockdown corner who can erase a team's top receiver. But what really makes Ramsey famous is his swagger. He's the trash-talking king who once called a rookie quarterback trash, and he never shies away from voicing his opinions. Of course, he's had high drama off the field, high-profile feuds, and a demand to be traded. But on the field, he usually backs it up. Some traditionalists say it's too soon to rank him with the all-time greats, but that mix of elite talent, a championship, and a bold personality lands Jalen Ramsey on my top 10 list. Number 9, Big Night Train Lane. Going back to the late 1950s for this one, Night Train Lane was an absolute terror at corner. As a rookie in 1952, he snagged 14 interceptions in a 12-game season, a record that still stands. He finished with 68 career picks, among the most ever. Lane wasn't just a ball hawk, he was a headhunter. His clothesline tackles, dubbed the Night Train necktie, were so vicious that the NFL banned grabbing the face mask because of him. He was a perennial All-Pro and made 7 Pro Bowls in his era. The only thing missing was a championship ring, since he played before the Super Bowl era. Some might argue Lane should be higher for his sheer dominance, but considering our focus on popularity and winning, he lands at 9. Still, his legend looms large, a record-setting ball hawk with a reputation that forced rule changes. At number 8, we got Darrelle Green, the NFL's ultimate Iron Man at corner. Green played 20 seasons, all with Washington, won 2 Super Bowls, and snagged 54 interceptions. Incredibly, he recorded a pick in 19 straight seasons. Talk about consistency. Renowned as one of the fastest players ever, Green used his 4.3 40 speed to stick to receivers despite standing just 5'9". He was a 7-time Pro Bowler and a 4-time All-Pro, respected for his technique and professionalism. One of his most iconic moments came in the 1987 playoffs when he returned a punt for a touchdown while playing with a rib injury, sealing a win on Washington's road to the title. He wasn't a flashy self-promoter, but his longevity and clutch plays make his case. Darrelle Green was the steady, lightning-fast part of Washington's defense for 2 decades, and he absolutely deserves a spot among the top 10. At number 7, we have one of my personal favorites, Champ Bailey, one of the smoothest cover corners ever in the 2000s. Champ was so good that QBs often avoided throwing his way entirely. He grabbed 52 career interceptions and even had a 10 interception season at his peak. Bailey's 12 Pro Bowl selections are the most by any defensive back, a testament to his elite play year after year. He was a 3-time All-Pro and made the NFL 2000's All-Decade team. Fans remember his 100-yard interception return in the 2005 playoffs against my New England Patriots as a highlight of his playmaking. The only knock on Champ's resume is the lack of a Super Bowl ring. He came close, but never got a championship. That keeps him just outside the top 5 here. Even so, Champ Bailey was the gold standard for shutdown corners in his era, combining speed, technique, and instincts. Ring or no ring, his impact and reputation secure him the number 7 spot. At number 6, we have Blount, the imposing enforcer of the 1970s Steelers secondary. At 6'3", Blount physically overwhelmed receivers at the line, perfecting the bump and run style. He was so dominant in press coverage that the NFL implemented the Blount rule to limit contact beyond 5 yards. Blount was a cornerstone of the Steelers dynasty, winning 4 Super Bowls in the 1970s. He intercepted 57 passes in his career and was named Defensive Player of the Year in 1975 after recording 11 INTs. A 5-time Pro Bowler and a 4-time All-Pro, Blount delivered big plays on big stages and set the tone with his physicality. Why not higher? Well, in terms of accolades, he matches anyone, but he isn't quite as much of a household name to younger fans as some others on this list. Still, his legacy is huge. Every time you see a flag for illegal contact on a corner, you're seeing Blount's influence. He changed the game and collected a closet full of rings while doing it. At number 5, we have Richard Sherman, the face and mouth of the Legion of Boom defense. Sherman, a 5th-round draft pick turned All-Pro, won a Super Bowl with the 2013 Seahawks, and became the most outspoken shutdown corner of his era. In that championship season, he led the NFL in interceptions. He's a 5-time Pro Bowler and a 3-time first-team All-Pro. But Sherman is just as known for his personality as his play. He famously roasted Michael Crabtree in a live post-game interview. "I'm the best cornerback in the game," after the 2013 NFC title game, instantly making him a meme and a villain to some. Behind the trash talk, Sherman's play was elite, full of clutch instincts and textbook coverage. He was the cornerstone of a historic Super Bowl winning defense and brought a level of fame to the position that few others have. Love him or hate him, Richard Sherman makes his mark as both lockdown defender and a charismatic lightning rod for debate. And at number 4, we have Rod Woodson, perhaps the most versatile defensive back ever. Rod was a superstar corner for the Steelers in the late 80s and 90s, a track caliber athlete and ferocious hitter, and later transitioned to safety and kept excelling. He amassed 71 interceptions, 3rd most all time, and holds the NFL record for interception return yards and pick 6 touchdowns. Basically, if Woodson picked you off, there was a good chance he was taking it back for 6. He made 11 Pro Bowls, a record for DBs, won NFL Defensive Player of the Year in 1993, and eventually earned a Super Bowl ring with the 2000 Ravens. He combined world-class speed with physical play and sharp instincts. Rod Woodson is a top-tier Hall of Famer, no doubt about it. He's proof that a truly great DB can do it all: cover, tackle, intercept, and score over an amazingly long career. And at number 3, one of my personal favorites, we have Darrelle Revis. Welcome to Revis Island. Population 0, because no receiver ever had much luck living there. In his prime with the Jets, Darrelle Revis was the definition of a shutdown corner. He would track the opponent's best wideout and essentially erase that player from the game. Revis wasn't a big interception guy, only 29 career picks, because quarterbacks flat out avoided him. But if you watched him play, you saw textbook coverage snap after snap. He was a 4-time first-team All-Pro and made 7 Pro Bowls, cementing his status as the era's top cover man. Revis also grabbed a Super Bowl ring with my New England Patriots in 2014, adding the final credential to his Hall of Fame resume. What makes Revis' case special is that his peak was as high as anyone's. The term Revis Island entered the football lexicon because everyone knew half the field was off limits when he was out there. He might not have had Deion's flash, but his technique was flawless and his impact on the game was undeniable. And at the number 2 spot, we have Deion Primetime Sanders. Ever heard of him? Arguably the most electrifying cornerback ever, and one of the most famous defensive players in NFL history. Deion is a two-time Super Bowl champion, one with the 49ers and Cowboys, an 8-time Pro Bowler, and a 6-time All-Pro. He grabbed 53 career interceptions and scored 9 defensive touchdowns. But beyond the stats, Primetime was a cultural icon. He had a flair for the dramatic, high-stepping into the end zone and strutting with unmatched swagger. He also famously played Major League Baseball at the same time, making him the only person to play in both a Super Bowl and a World Series. On the football field, Sanders shut down his side so thoroughly that quarterbacks often didn't dare throw at him. He was so athletically gifted that he made difficult plays look easy, and he relished the big moments. So why isn't he the number one spot? The top spot goes to someone with a longer career and more versatility. Still, in pure talent and star power, Primetime might be the greatest ever in many fans' eyes. And at the number one spot, we're finally here. We have Charles Woodson. Charles Woodson achieved it all. He's the only defensive player to win a Heisman Trophy. He won the Super Bowl in Green Bay, earned multiple All-Pro honors, and even snagged NFL Defensive Player of the Year in 2009. In 18 seasons with the Raiders and Packers, he racked up 65 interceptions, tied for 5th all-time, and 13 defensive touchdowns. Woodson started as a lockdown corner and later moved to safety, remaining a playmaker at every stage. He was a respected leader on that Packers defense and had a reputation for coming through in big moments. He edges out Deion largely due to his all-around impact and versatility. Woodson could do nearly anything Primetime did, plus contribute as a safety and run defender. When you blend career-long excellence, leadership, and hardware, Woodson gets the nod as the GOAT corner. And that's a wrap on this list. From Night Train's bone-crushing hits to Deion's high-stepping picks, these corners all left their mark. Think I ranked someone too high, too low, or left out a legend? Let me know in the comments. If you enjoyed this, please subscribe for more NFL debates. Until next time, remember, defense wins championships, and a little controversy makes it more fun.